And welcome to Mrs. Patnell's maths lesson, the first one of 2021. So I am doing this for my class as usual, but if you want to join in, you are more than welcome. We are a reception class, so you may well be at a similar place to where we are, which is working at about 40 to 60 months and slightly on to the early learning goals. We are tackling today some addition, and for the rest of the week we will be doing addition. So we will be adding 1, 2 and 3 onto single digit numbers, okay? Now, as with all my lessons, and certainly if you looked at them last summer, you will know that I always like to start off with a starter, with some counting and some one more and one less type questions. So I'm going to do that again today, and then we'll move on to the main part of the lesson, which will be our adding, our addition. Okay, so I'm going to bring out my 100 square now. Here it is. And this will be with us for all of our lessons to help us count. In my class, we have been counting to 30. We spent a lot of time on counting to 30. So we're going to venture on. I think we're going to go up to 40 today and push ourselves in this new year, because I know you can do it. If you've counted further than this in your classes, if you're not in my class, then by all means keep going if you want to. Pause the video and keep going. We will stop at 40 though. As per usual in my class, on all the multiples of 5, all the numbers that end in a 5, we go high with our voices. And all the multiples of 10, the ones that end in a 0, we go low with our voices. Okay, this will help us in future to count in 10s and to count in 5, because it makes those numbers jump out a little bit. So, are we ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Look at this number behind to see what 20 is. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Now for my class, who we haven't counted in the 30s yet, it's just like the 20s, except that all of the 30s have a 3 in front, okay? That's 3 lots of 10, that's why there's a 3 in the front. So you've just got to remember, if it's got a 3 in front, it will be 30 something. And just like with the 20s, look at the second number in the queue to see what 30 is. 36. Okay, so quite easy once you start getting to the 20s and the 30s to work out what number it is you are counting. Okay, next on my plan, I am going to point to a number between 1 and 15, and then I want you at home to count on 4 more numbers, okay? Now, if you don't want the 100 square to help you, you could close your eyes. I'll say the number I'm pointing at, okay? And then with your eyes closed, you can count on 4 more numbers, okay? Which shows you don't need anything to help you. You know how to count on from a number from 1 to 15. But if you need the 100 square to help you, which is absolutely fine, that's why it's here, then keep your eyes open. You'll see and hear the number I'm pointing to, and you can use the 100 square to help you work out the next 4 numbers to count on. This helps us with adding, so we don't always have to count from 1 when we're adding 2 lots of numbers together. You can count on from the first number or the first amount, okay? So I am going to close your eyes if you want to do it without looking at the 100 square. I'm going to say number 4. Can you count on 4 more numbers and then stop from number 4? I'll give you a little while to do this if you're doing it with your eyes closed. And then 4, 5, 6, 7. Well done. Okay, eyes closed if you're doing it without the 100 square. I am going to point to the number 7. I'll give you a little while if you're doing it yourself and you don't want my help or the 100 squares help. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Fantastic if you got that right. Well done if you used the 100 square to help you. And my last one, I'm going to go a little higher this time for those that want to stretch themselves. I'm going to go for 14. So if you're doing it with your eyes closed, 14 is where you're starting from. Count on 4 more numbers. And now I'm going to do it with you. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Now, if you want to pause this video and stretch yourself further by choosing a number in the 20s and counting on, or even a number in the 30s, then please do that now. That would be absolutely brilliant. Okay, next up, I am going to ask for one more than a number, okay? The 100 square is here to help us as usual. If you want to close your eyes, I will say the number out loud and you can just shout out which number is one more without using the 100 square to help you. Okay, so first of all, one more than the number 3. What's one more? If you added one more number on, you jumped on one more number on the 100 square. One more than 3 is 4. Well done. Pat yourself on the back if you said 4. Now can you tell me one more, jump on, one more jump up the number, up the 100 square. One more than 8. One more than 8 is 9. Okay, if you're having your eyes closed, the next number that I want you to tell me one more than is one more than 12. What's one more than 12? It is 13. Let's do one more together. Let's go a little higher. Stretch yourselves if you can. I'm going to do it in the 20s. So one more than 25. One more than 25 is 26. Fantastic. If you got that right, pat yourself on the back. Don't forget, this is your best friend, this 100 square, so don't worry if you're using it. It's brilliant to use the 100 square to help you. Okay, right, let's pop my 100 square over here now. I'm going to do a little task with you now, which involves pennies. So I have my peanut jar here from Christmas. And I have lots of pennies here as well, okay? Now, I want to have the 100 square handy so that you can look on it if you need to. You might have a number line at home, which you can look at a little closer than my 100 square. So if you do have one of those handy, very good, use that. It'll be much better and probably a little clearer than my 100 square in a moment. But I'm going to add some coins to my tin, and you can hear how many are going in, and you can count out loud if you want to as I plop them in, or in your head, whatever suits you. And we are then going to add 2 more each time, and I want you to come up with the answer to what that number of coins add 2 more coins is each time, and then we're also going to go through how to write the adding sentence to match it, okay? So let's tackle our first one. I'm going to stand so that you can see my 100 square. Okay, so better you see that than you see me. So here is my tin, okay? I am going to put in, first of all, for my 1 pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 pennies in there. We know that. We heard me put them in. So I'm going to start our adding sentence. This one I'm going to do with you. My challenge in a moment will be for you to write it yourself. So there are 4. We heard 4 1 pennies go into our tin. So that's how we're going to start our number line. While we're here, we're going to put this symbol. I hope you remember what this symbol means. In my class, we often do this with our arms. So we put one arm up and one arm across, and we say that is adding. We are adding. So when you see this symbol, you know you're adding more to your first number. So the number will have to be, or the answer will have to be, a bigger number if we're adding more coins. So 4 coins are in there. I'm now going to add 2 more. 1 more, 2 more. So I've got 4 coins, and then I added 2 more. Okay, my 100 square is here rather handily if it will help you out. Otherwise, I want to know what the answer is to 4 coins, add 2 more coins. So 4 coins, add 2 coins equals how many in the tin right now? 4 add 2. Now we can't see them, so we can't count out that 4 first of all. We kind of have to count on. So you can either have the 4 in your head and count on the 2 more pennies with your fingers representing those 2 pennies, or you could use the 100 square and look for the number 4 and count on 2 more jumps for each penny we added. Okay? Now if we do it using the 100 square, we can find 4. We don't have to count 1, 2, 3, 4. We know we started with 4 coins in the tin. 4, add 2 more coins, so 2 more jumps on the 100 square, 1 jump, 2 jumps. Our answer to how many coins are in the tin will be where we land after jumping, and that answer is 6. If you already got that without my pointing that out, that's fantastic. Let's see if we do the other method of putting 4 in our heads and 2 on our fingers, if it still comes up with 6, okay? So 4, I've got 4, I'm posting in my head, I'm going to count on 2 more. So 4, 5, 6. It's the same answer whether I use my posting a number in my head and adding on my fingers, or whether I use the 100 square to count on 2 more, I get the same answer. So both ways will work for adding, which is fantastic. Now let's just check that we were right. Oh, let's make sure they all come out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We were absolutely right. 4 add 2 equals 6. Fantastic. Now this is the adding sentence that shows exactly what we just did with our tin of coins, all right? Now next time I'm going to let you have a go at writing the addition sentence, okay? So as we're doing it with the coins, you can pause the video when you know what you need to write for your adding sentence. You can either wait till the end when you found out your answer, or you can do it step by step like I just did as I added the coins. It's up to you, but that is your challenge, to write the adding sentence that matches what we're going to do next, okay? Right then, so up next, I have got my tin again. I am going to put in this many coins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 coins are in my tin. So if you're starting your adding sentence now, you will need to put that number at the start of your sentence. 6 coins are in my tin. I'm going to add 2 more again. 2 more. Are we ready? So 6 already in there. Adding 1 more. 2 more. How many coins are in my tin now? I had 6 coins, 6 1-penny coins, and I added 2 more. How many are in my tin now? Remember, you can use the 100 square to help you. You had 6 coins, you added 2 more on. Or you can use where you post the number in your head. I'm just going to sit here so you can see better what I mean. So you could say 6 coins. I'm going to post that 6 coins in my head. They're already there in my head, and I'm adding 2 more on. So I've got 6, 7, 8. So the answer should be 8 coins. Let's see if that works on the 100 square. Let's bring it a little closer. So we started with 6 coins. Let's find 6. There it is. We know it's 6, it comes after 5. 6 coins, we added 2 more. So we have to do how many jumps on the 100 square? 2 more jumps for each penny. 1 jump, 2 jumps. What's our answer? 8. It works both ways. Posting the number in your head and counting on your fingers, or using the 100 square to help you. So your adding sentence, okay, if you're already writing it now, then you finish it off, but I'm going to do it with you now as well. We started off with 6 coins in the tin. I added 2 more coins, and therefore my answer equals 8, which we worked out using the 100 square or using the method of posting the number in our heads and counting on our fingers. So what we just did is here represented in this adding sentence. 6 add 2 equals 8, or is the same as 8. Okay, we're going to try one more of those. So let's bring out my coin. Make sure my tin is empty. Right, so I'm going to put in a slightly bigger number this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 11 coins in my tin, okay? So if you're writing an adding sentence and you want to start it straight away, there are 11 coins in my tin. Now I am going to add, remember how we do add? Arm up and an arm across. I'm going to add, so remember how to write that symbol, 2 more coins, as I've been doing every time. So I have got 11 coins in here. I'm going to add 2 more coins, okay? So 11, add 1 more, and 2 more. Okay, so we could use both of our methods to check. 11 coins, add 2 more coins. Let's try using our 100 square, okay? 11 coins, add 2 more coins. How many more jumps along the 100 square do I need to do? 2 more jumps, 1 for each coin that I added afterwards. So 11 coins, add 1, 2 more coins, means there should be 13 coins in the pot. Fantastic. If you'd worked that out before me, well done. Pat yourself on the back. You can also try posting it in your head, remember? So we had 11 coins in the pot first of all, so post 11 into your head, and we added 2 more coins on. So we're going to count on our fingers. So 11 is what was in the tin first of all. 11, 12, 13. So our adding sentence, if you've already wrote it, should look like this. We started with 11 coins. We added, don't forget your add looks like this, 2 more coins, as we've done every time, always 2 more. And the answer equals, or is the same as, 13. We used a 100 square, and we used the method of posting the first number in our heads and counting on our fingers to get the answer of 13. Okay, so that is a 2-digit number we're adding on from there. So if you attempted that one and got it right, well done for stretching yourselves. That is fantastic. Okay, now I'm going to show you what I want you to do for your activity now when you've turned off the video, okay? Now, by all means, carry on doing some pennies work as well. I'd love you to go into the 20s if you feel you can stretch yourself, okay? So you've got to find lots of pennies and be adding 2 each time. If you think you can do it, go for adding 3 pennies each time. Remember, you can use the 100 square. You can get one on the internet, and an image of one will be no problem. Or you could write out your own number line up to whatever number you're going to go up to. So if you're in the 20s, go up to the end of the 20s. And then see if you can stretch yourself a little further if you want to go a little higher with that. The last task I want you to do, and I have got a special windy number line here that looks like a snake, but you can see it starts with 1 and counts all the way in order up to the number 30, okay? So I'm going to use this to model what I want you to do for your activity. But you can certainly draw your own one. And it's kind of handy to be wiggly because it's a sort of game that we're playing. But you can do it in a straight line if you want to, as long as the numbers are going in the right order. You might need adults' help with this just to check you got the numbers exactly right and that you got nice spaces in between each one so it doesn't get too confusing. Okay? So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to have a counter. Let's use one of my pennies. Okay, and you can ask an adult to pop it or to choose a number that you're going to start on. Okay, so I'm going to choose for this one that I'm going to place my counter on the number 5. I hope you can see that. I will move the camera so you can see it. Okay, so I have put my counter on the number 5. So underneath that is the counter. It's the number 5. Okay, so I'm starting at 5. Bear with me 1 second. Sorry about that. So I'm starting on 5. Okay, and I'm going to have a dice. Now, if you've got a dice at home, chances are it will be a dice that has numbers from 1 all the way right up to number 6. I've got a special dice here that has 1, then 2, then 3, then starts over again with 1, then 2, then 3. So the highest number it will go to is 3. Now, imagine you won't have one of these at home. You can probably find one you can print off on the internet, or if not, take a usual dice and stick stickers over the 4, 5 and 6 and turn them into another lot of 1, 2 and 3. An adult can help you with that. Okay, so pick a number you're going to start on. I've picked 5 for myself here. I'm going to roll my die that goes up to 3. It has landed on 1, 2, 3. See if you can work out what it is without having to count it as well, okay? So that's a special trick that you can do that makes things a little quicker. So I'm adding on 3. Now, before I jump 3 with my penny on the number line in front of me, I'm going to think first of all, what is 5 add 3? What is the 5 I've started on? Add the 3 that I've rolled on my die. What answer will I get? It's the same as our adding with our pennies. 5 add 3. So I've got to think. I think my penny is going to land on 8. And I know this because in my head I pictured myself jumping 1, 2, 3 jumps to match the dots on my die, and I have landed on the number 8. So I was on 5, add 3, 1, 2, 3, I land on 8. Fantastic. Now at this point I want you to try again. You're now on 8. Roll your die with numbers to add up to 3. This time I got 2. Before I move, 8, add 2. I could post 8 in my head and count on the 2 spots on my dice. 8, 9, 10. I think I'm going to land on 10. Let's see. I'm on 8. 2 jumps. 1, 2 jumps. I do land on 10. What would be the adding sentence to match what I just did? I started off on 8. I had to add on this many spots and I landed on 10. So my adding sentence, and I challenge you to write this sentence to match what you do on your number line. I started with 8s this time. I added 2 jumps to represent my 2 spots on my dice. And I landed on, my answer was 2 jumps, took me to 10. So the answer to 8 add 2 is 10. But I want you to try and push yourself to working out the answer before you take your penny and move it along the line, the amount of jumps to match the spots on your die. See how many times you can do it before you reach the end, before you reach 30. How many goes will you have? See if you can squeeze in as many as you can and challenge yourself by writing the adding sentence each time you roll that dice and add on more jumps each time, okay? So that's your challenge. So feel free to make your own number line to 30. Use anything you want as a counter, but you may need to change your die at home so that it says 1, 2, 3 and no higher than 3. If you want to push yourself and add higher numbers than 3, you could use an ordinary die. But I think for now it'd be a good idea to change your die to make sure it's the same as mine and only has dots that go as high as 3. So your adding doesn't go too high to begin with, okay? Right, so I'm going to leave you with that challenge for the rest of the day. You can always play again. You can get other people to play with you to see who reaches 30 first. But don't forget, I want you to try and work out your answer before you move the coin. See if you can do it in your mind before you actually pick the coin up and move it, okay? Right, well, thank you for joining me today for our first maths lesson online in January 2021. And I will see you again tomorrow for another maths lesson. Thank you. Bye-bye.